Hello everyone and welcome to Learning English with Atena. In this lesson, we're going to look at some commonly confused prepositions and conjunctions to test how well you know them. I prepared a little test based on the Barbie movie. If you haven't seen the movie, you don't worry. You can still take the test. Keep track of your answers if you finish the test without any mistakes. Write winner in the comments below. That way we'll know that this topic is easy for you. If you make some mistakes, let me know how many questions you got right. Let's get started. Question 1. Barbie and Ken have known each other blank many years. You have 5 seconds to answer the question. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to think. The right answer is B. Barbie and Ken have known each other for many years. Now, why can't I say during many years or while many years? We use during to show when something happened. It's always followed by a noun. For example, during the party, Barbie didn't pay attention to Ken. When? During the party. During the trip to the real world, Ken learns a lot about patriarchy. We use for to show how long something happens. We use the time period after for 5 minutes, for 6 months, for 10 years, for many years. We cannot say for the party unless you want to say that you prepared a gorgeous dress for the party. But that's a completely different story. Barbie and Ken have known each other for many years. How long? So that's the right answer. Finally, while is a conjunction. It's usually followed by the subject and the verb. It can be used to show that two things are happening at the same time. Barbie was trying to find the child playing with her in the real world, while Ken was learning about patriarchy and horses. The two actions happened at the same time. While can also be used to indicate contrast. Ken likes Barbie, while Barbie doesn't like Ken. The next verb that is commonly confused is by, until, and till. Barbie has to finish her project blank Sunday. You have 5 seconds to think it over. What do you think? The right answer is A. Barbie has to finish her project by Sunday. We use by to talk about deadlines. Imagine that you mark a day on your calendar and have to complete something before that day. That's a deadline. Because it's a deadline, you'll often see words like have to, should, need, and must in such sentences. For example, Barbie and Ken must get to the real world by noon. They must do it before that time. Barbie should find the girl who playing with her by the end of the month. By noon. By the end of the month. By Friday. By August. By 4 p.m. By the end of the week. All these are examples of deadlines. Now, when talking about until, imagine a line. Why? Because it describes a period of time. For example, the party lasts until 11 p.m. It probably starts sometime before then, let's say 5 p.m. And then it lasts until 11 p.m. So we're talking about a time period. Compare these two sentences. Cinderella had to leave the ball by midnight. This is her deadline. We don't care about all the other time she could have spent at the ball dancing with the prince. Now, if I say Cinderella could stay at the ball until midnight, I'm interested in the time period from the moment she got there and until midnight. So, until is used to state how long an event takes place or situation continues. Till means the same as until, but is more casual. So in formal writing, when you're writing an essay or a letter, you'll usually use until. People usually use till instead of until in casual conversations, for example. If Ken was to invite Barbie out on a date, he could have said, let's hang out at Starbucks till the movie starts. No rush. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not alone. English takes time. The key is to enjoy the learning process and start using English early on. Don't be too hard on yourself about your mistakes or accents. It's all part of the learning experience. Learning English takes time and patience. Question 3. Test another pair of similar words, across and through. Barbie ran blank the city to get to the other side. Well, that one is getting more challenging. The correct answer is C. Barbie ran across the city to get to the other side. To understand these prepositions, let's look at the pictures. We use across to show that we move from one side to another. We can move across the road, across the bridge, across the river, across the country, and so on. We use through to indicate that we move from one end or a side of something to the other. In the process, we can be surrounded by something or be in it. For example, I was walking through the forest when I heard a strange noise. I was walking through the forest. I was in the forest and I was surrounded by the trees. You can walk through the forest. Run through the fog. You'll be surrounded by fog. Crawl through the bushes. You'll be surrounded by the bushes. Drive through the city. You'll be surrounded by buildings. You can also walk through the door for a second. You'll be inside the frame. Or look through the window. Finally, over is used when we move at a higher level than something else. I walk over the hill every day. The hill is higher than the ground, so I use over. I can also jump over the fence or fly over the mountains. Question 4. There is a scene in the movie when Barbie is sitting on a bench with an old woman and Barbie, who feeling fragile after being brutally roasted by a teenage girl, turns to the old woman and says, "You're beautiful." And the woman replies, "I know." So, what's the preposition we are going to use here? Well, actually, two options are correct. We can say Barbie sitting on a bench next to an old lady, and Barbie was sitting on a bench beside an old lady. We cannot say besides an old lady though. Beside and next to mean pretty much the same and are used to indicate that something is located very close or at the side of something else. It's easy to remember. Beside, by the side of. You can sit next to or beside a person or next to or beside their bed. Beside is a little more formal, so in everyday English we'll usually use next to. In this context, both beside and next to are prepositions. Besides can be a preposition or a linking adverb. As a preposition, it means apart from, in addition to, for example. Besides Barbie and horses, this can have any other interest. I mean interest in addition to Barbie and horses. When we use besides as a linking adverb, we usually want to add more information or give another reason for something. Let's go home. The movie is stupid. Besides, I haven't eaten since breakfast. So, I'm hungry. Question 5. Can walk blank the room and announce that it was his Mojo Dojo Casa house. This one is easy. The right option is B. Into. Can walk into the room. Into indicates movement towards the inside, while onto indicates movement towards the top of something. How to remember these prepositions of movement faster? Break them into two parts. Into, in plus to. To is the preposition that describes the direction of movement. In means inside. So, into means towards the inside. Onto, on plus to. To describes the direction of movement, while on means on top of something. So, onto is the movement towards the top of something. Compare Ken walks into the room. Movement towards the inside. The cat jumped onto the table. Movement towards the top of the table. Speaking of toward and towards, what's the difference? Would you say Barbie is moving towards her house or towards her house? Actually, both are correct, but towards is more common in American English and towards is more common in British English. However, you can pretty much use them interchangeably. So you can still hear a lot of Americans saying both. For example, she walked toward the park. He ran towards the station. That is all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to write winner in the comments if you got all the prepositions right. If you made this mistake, let me know how many questions you got right. For more practice, think of sample sentences using the prepositions that were challenging for you. I hope this video was useful to you. Please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to make sure you don't miss the next videos. Thanks again and see you soon. Bye.